dedicated to the one I know.
Yeah. Junior, this is Sunny, kings of the queens, the hoes can't run me. 4 grams missing from the keys, you a dummy. No balance, no 9-6s. Y'all play brand games, you scare fishes. Empire Boulevard, 32 shells in a 9 little vicious. Drugs and a knife make you famous in the prison. Universe is mental, guns they get into. Funerals, murals, black suits, t-shirts, tissues. But guess what? They dumped in the same whip they came with. Don't wake the dead with the wet yet. Don't touch the dish yet. You swim in the kitchen still wet, nigga. Cocaine, cigarettes. I would never make a threat that I couldn't lie with, cry to, lie to. I would rather tame a shoe, Shakespeare. I would rather hit me like a Jew, son. Let's use fear, son. Let's use fear, son. No shoot, no shoot, fair ones. Jump, son. Wash, son. Green, son. Waverly, Gate, son. I would never dig a pocket juice, son. Midtown disappear, C-train reappear. I would rather Stevie in the vision here. You're living in another nigga's fears. I wrote books in a prison there. I wrote books as a prisoner. My words is cooler. I'm the director here. Steady cam, killer cam, shining you the bear. Before I disappear, let us be clear. I gas the niggas that be gassing other niggas that be blasting all the niggas. Islamic Ramadan, fast little nigga. Live with a kuffar, give up the kuffar. You would never starve. God was never clean. Real Jesus salad. Real G's you niggas never see. All you see is fake facsimiles, pretendities. All these niggas dead like the hero be. Pussy, you a hole in the you a fucking punk. Shotgun to your face, take another bump. 1 on a 1 for my son. Teach away your street dream. Let me see your magic, nigga. Show me how your streets dream. RASHID, watch me, not see schemes. Yeah. Sneaker Uzi on the island in an army jacket lining. Why the fuck I think I'm from? Why the fuck I'm fucking rhyming? We was born rich, nigga. We would never trade places, we would never switch. Y'all niggas playing, beat you in the street, you a bitch. Let's take a trip. I need a bump of that shit. Red run trips, run through the mazes, back out to shine like a cool brick. Sun sniff the whole brick. No such thing as life, nigga. When you stupid, shoot off the roof with a broke fake. This is Sunny, nigga. Kings of the queens. Hoes can't run me. Hoes don't run me. 4 grams missing from your keys, nigga. You a dummy. Yeah, haha. No balance, no 9-6s. 4 grams missing from your keys, nigga. You a dummy. No balance, no 9-6s. Y'all play gram games. We scale fishes. Empire Boulevard. I meant to say 380 shells in a 9 little vicious. That's a poor man gun. You can't afford the caliber. You go down to a lower one that'll have the same shit, but you fuck around and kill yourself doing that stupid shit. Niggas putting 38 shells in a motherfucking 357. Niggas crazy. So we here. You know how we gather and commiserate. And I see, you know how we do it. We always get the lames out because the lames arrive early. We the royalty. Royalty, we come, what's that shit? Fashionably late. You know what I'm saying? Low key. So I'm looking, I'm seeing if my folks is here, and I'm looking. And somebody said some stupid shit that really was an excellent bridge for me to address and talk to you about something that I think that we need to talk about. And I think, first of all, let's create a safe space to communicate. So I'm not going to be talking negative, and I'm going to try to refrain from cursing as much as possible because I want to speak safely to you. And I'm going to tell you something, being that y'all sitting around your folks and people that you love, your kids, your wife, your husbands, or whatever, you heard? You have to communicate with people. You have to communicate with yourself as well. So what's the first thing that you have to do before you communicate outside yourself? You have to communicate with the self. So I say, this is sometime there's a silver lining in a lot of situations and experiences, and this is one of them situations where you could come out of this really feeling
a little stronger in your psychology if you held it down and you kept it real with yourself first. And are you comfortable with yourself? That's something very important. A lot of people are not. And I learned from years of making my own mistakes, years of being around humans, years of learning, that oftentimes what happens is people will say anything just in the fear of silence because they are afraid of not having the cacophony of sound blasting all around them. All type of, you ever seen where when you was young, some people still do this, they can't go to sleep without the TV on. You need some type of stimulus, just to get you going, just to keep it going. And the reason being and the reason why this is because thought is a chemical process. So you process thoughts chemically. So the thought that's processed chemically is almost the same and akin to how you develop pictures. There's an image, it runs itself through the liquids for a time period, and then from that time period, what does it do? It gives you an image of what you was dealing with. So when you're thinking, you can't really control thought. People want to control thought by verbalizing and talking because that takes their mind off of the cacophony of sound inside of the brain. But I'm going to tell you something. There's a gift about this runaway train of thinking. If you see your thoughts as a device instead of a burden, you'll be able to benefit from this. Now, one of the ways, this is how you get to that. A lot of y'all, you know why I show, somebody said something negative, but you know what? The reason why, and I'm going to speak to that, and the reason why I show comic books is because I'm not trying to, and I show comic books and I show toys and I collect comic books and I collect toys. This is one of my recent acquisitions too. I love to digress. I'm sorry. Let me show y'all this shit. I just want to show you this because I like the movie. The movie was crazy. So I was like, what? The toy from the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? Nigga, come on, son. That is crazy, right? Come on, boy. Come on. There's nothing fucking with that. You heard? I'm sorry. I had to digress and just show y'all that. I'm sorry for cursing too. So now, there's a reason why I collect toys. And there's a reason, and it's a multiplicity of reasons. One of the reasons is that some of the best investments that you could ever invest your money in is to moving objects which have cultural curating abilities around it. So the reason why I have this comic book, right, is because this is Mutants from Canada. I thought this was an interesting narrative in 1983. Actually, yeah, is this 83? Yeah, this is 83, right? So I got number 1, the first issue, right? Because I was in 1983, I was 9 years old. So I was reading shit that grown men is taking their wives and shit to movies about comic books. That shit is amazing to me. I never thought that the Black Panther and them, they was gonna make a Black Panther movie. I did not believe no shit like that when I was a kid. But the narratives that we grew up on is this. So I don't know, and I can't speak for you if you was denied a childhood. And sometimes I see in these dialogues, there's a contingent of black people who think that they hipsters and they smart. They don't spend no money with us, right? Or circulate their money around the community or have none of the books and stuff from the people. And what they do is this. They go to all of the teachers and they try to look for flaws in these people, right? So the reason why I'm on Instagram is because I want to show people that know me since I was young that it ain't never too late to be great, you heard? And that I am finally in a space that I always was in when I was a kid, and I'm doing it in honor of them. You heard? I'm speaking in honor of them. And then if I can lift you up, I can lift myself up. So I see this. People is afraid of their childhood. And when I'm talking about your childhood, they send your ass to school and inundate you with a bunch of senseless information that essentially you're not going to use. And then later on in life, you start resenting your childhood. And when the day that you start resenting your childlike mind, you now are awful, 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 awful adult. You heard? And then you one of these people that you a dream destroyer. You'll sit up because you don't got no imagination. You won't allow nobody else to have no imagination. And I'm going to tell you something. You empower people by allowing first in your own mind and heart, open up the possibility. If it merits this, you always open up the possibility of other people being great. Because if they great, it ain't going to take nothing away from you. It's going to add to you. So somehow in your schooling, or somebody taught you or instructed you that you come up when somebody else is losing something. You was under the impression that it's people, and there's such thing as people on the planet that ain't do nothing for you. Now, I know that's something true, but if you really wise, and you look at your arm, right? And look at what's at the end of that shit. This is an amazing tool. You heard? The hand. Niggas use their hands for a lot of shit. Niggas is washing their hands now because of all this shit going on, right? This is the cleanest niggas' hands ever been in their life. This is one thing. If anything came out of this, niggas learned some hygiene because that shit was missing. The Muslims always know hygiene. They always making wudu, and they know they got spiritual cleanse too. They got it's called tahara. You heard? Tahara covers the whole gambit. Taskia is spiritual cleanliness. So that's engaged in their religion. So they're not going to have too many. You don't hear about, although it might exist, I don't know, some weirdo will Google it to try to find out if it exists and all that shit. But you don't be having no extreme viruses flowing into nobody culture that's always washing their body consistently. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. But back to what I was saying, stop. We should. And when I say this, it's people that come onto these dialogues and they be looking. I see how they talk. It's a whole community that's making Umar Johnson trend by making fun of him, low key. And I think that if you go into a public venue and you go on a platform and you take the time out to type letters that are not positive or things significant to somebody under the thing, and you made a comment that don't got nothing to do with nothing, or you trying to belittle somebody that did more shit than you ever did in your whole life, I think you are lame. I think you have been denied your childhood and you don't have no imagination. So niggas make fun of me. You can laugh at me if I read comic books and I got comic books. I bet you I got enough comic books in here, right? If go look at all your sneakers that you niggas like to wear. You know, niggas like to wear sneakers and shit. I'm 45 years old, nigga. I bought my first pair of Jordans in Chicago the other day. Just to wear them shits to my the homie show. I bought the ones I always wanted when I was a kid, but my mama was like, you don't wear that type of shit. You wearing. My mama was ill with that. She'd tell nigga, put them loafers on to go to school. I gotta go to school, public school, across the street from Farragut Projects with loafers and shit on and New Balance. I remember I came in there with New Balance and them niggas was laughing at me. I was 2 years ahead of niggas with that. Them niggas ain't never seen that. Niggas was laughing at my New Balance like ends. He got ends. Did not know that my one pair of New Balance cost the same amount as all, like 4 kids, they sneakers. Cause, man, bro, Pumas and Adidas was $35 and $40, man, bro. $50. You heard? For real. I did not know my mama was spending a bankroll back in the day on New Balance. Them shits was $1. Them is the sneakers that was $1 and some change. Always a deuce. Capping at a deuce with the end cap. You heard? So, y'all, that's y'all fault. Y'all let me digress and go on to some stupid shit. And I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about again. But the childhood thing, man. You feel me? You can make fun of me if I got comic books. I'm not offended by no nigga that think that by denying his own self, his imagination, that he's in some way this world leader. You know, it's a psychosis of niggas that think that them comments make them the lords of their own intricately woven matrix and universe. It be a nigga sitting in his crib looking crazy. You heard? Lonely as fuck. Ain't no wizards blowing his phone up. You heard? None of that shit. This nigga hungry in the crib eating yogurt and shit. Probably. You heard? Eating toilet paper. Lord knows what they going through. But then they take them little fingers that they have, that everybody got these same hands, right? And this is deep. This is a deep symbol. The word, do y'all want me to start teaching? I want to, you know, I'm too accessible like this. My big homie and them been telling me that. My mans and them, my rich homies be telling me this all the time. That the game that we be talking about, they be kind of feeling like I be giving it up too much. Instagram has allowed us to participate in a part of the mind that a lot of people have neglected their entire life. Images are now the simulacra and the simulation of people's reality. So you can find engagement and you can engage people, postmodern mind, to, I guess, articulate what you express as far as the photo is concerned. And from there, they can gather for themselves who you are. But I serve a higher calling. I'm not following nobody. You know why I don't follow nobody? It's not because I don't want to follow you. I don't want that part of your mind where you worrying about me unfollowing you. Do you understand why I do that? Because I don't want to unfollow you. So why would I follow you when I am also, I'm low-key y'all big brother. I'm y'all big brother. I'm sitting up trying to teach y'all something. Yeah? So I'm not finna compete with you. You feel me? I want you to learn. I want you to learn. For real. I guess people be wanting to see if a nigga really gonna pick up. You heard? I don't know what that's about. But at any rate, okay, hit me, inshallah, hit me on the direct message, King, and I'll give you the instructions on how to get the book. So I encourage you, and this is some real good game, I'm gonna tell you. If grandma, auntie, and them, if they got old Jet magazines, old Ebony magazines, old newspapers, anything like that, don't let them throw that stuff away that have black people in it, because that stuff is extremely valuable. You heard? It's not on the internet. It's a physical cultural device, and it has perceived value associated with it. You heard? So now I have a lot of stuff in a collection in 2 different locations in the United States, on both coasts, right? And I know for a fact that the things that I have sold, I had things pertaining to Malcolm X that I sold to one of my brothers in Texas, that I know that that item that he bought for me has increased exponentially as a result of the insurgence and the resurgence of interest into Brother Malcolm vicariously through the Netflix show. And then now there's a new insurgence, if y'all paying attention culturally, that it's all right to be a conscientious and positive force in your community as a black person, and you can't cleave to the message of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So who would ever know that these themes would become contemporary again vicariously through popular culture? So when J Electronica album, which has undoubtedly the Pulitzer Prize winning best rapper ever on the album, right? This is creating a dialogue like no other that is enamorating, right, a whole contingent of brothers and sisters to now value the message that was bestowed upon them by people that they at one time may have ignored. And then when you get older, you realize that the nation is really the most organized black. If there was some shit about organized, I tell you the definition of a gangster is an organized person who participates in organized crime is a gangster, right? And there's not saying the nation is dealing with anything illicit or gangster, but the way it's organized, the toughest shit that comes out of anything comes out of discipline is what I want to say. You heard? So, and I'm going to give you a jewel. This is a jewel I bestow upon you. I'm going to give you a big gem of this. Very, 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 very simple. Right? Very simple. Right? Do not, under any circumstance, nah, I'm not doing that. It's too much game. We finna do something. I'm finna teach. I gotta give this up. And man, they sitting up, they talking about the fans only. They getting bankrolls on fans only. So now that's a good traffic. That's a good space because people going over there to see illicit shit. So that's some fly shit because illicit shit is always gonna live forever. Vice is always gonna live forever. You heard? It's never gonna die. The way you want something to live forever, throw it in the stream of vice. That's how we have playing cards today, and we know about the tarot. If it wasn't for playing cards or the ingenuity, because you know anybody that know about that card shit, you know you could do a tarot card reading with a deck of cards. You heard? So there's people that know how to do that, right? How do we have tarot cards now? We have it simply and solely they still using them in Vegas, the tarot. You know, just for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? But what? Put the fans only up there. We be teaching. And then, you know, you might subscribe to my teaching, but it's gonna be a lot of traffic over there. They wanna see them that stuff, that cootie cats. You know what I mean? They want to see them cootie cats. For real. Niggas trying to take your imagination away from you. You got me fucked up. You ain't taking my imagination. I had to go pick my Benz up. I have a classic, nigga. This is one of the best ones they ever made. Crazy. I have a Mercedes Benz, yeah, nigga, and it has a trunk on it too. Got me fucked up. Crazy. Look at my trunk on this bitch. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Yeah. Crazy. Come on. And under the hood, I got an engine too, boy. What's wrong with you? Show you something. Okay, what's happening? Don't look at my license plate neither. Mind your business. Post my license plate on the internet. Got me fucked up. You feel me? I'll let my son Cobra Commander be here. Yeah. Or this who fixed it. This nigga fixed it. This Smurf. So he gets to ride around in the motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is my son. He's really an elder. This nigga's older than mad of y'all. This nigga, some of y'all, your mom and them age, nigga. 1980. Yeah, 1980. This is an original. Made in Portugal. Smurfs. This is before you even heard of Smurfs, nigga. This shit before, this Smurf is before crack came out. How about that? So, you can make fun of me if you want. You heard? I got a Smurf from 1980 before crack came out, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, you crazy ass nigga. And my life is great. You heard? What the fuck I'm supposed to be doing? Keeping it real? I'm supposed to be a real nigga? Real niggas don't die? It's a lie. Crazy. Check this out. Nigga, Lino. What happened? With the red glove. Looking like Frederick Douglass. Look at this nigga Afro. The legend. Come on. Lino is a brother. You heard? And it's the one when he with the switch on the nigga back. Bing, bing, the nigga arms start moving. But I got him in the pack. The sword alone is $60. Come on. And I got the sword. Crazy. Nigga can't make fun of me. So, I'm going to sell this for a bankroll. Because it's somebody that understands the significance and the merit of this. This is a toy. Do you know this is one of them toys that if you give this to somebody, say you give this to somebody that, like, they loved this when they was little, or they was jealous of yours when you was little, and y'all fell out. There's no that you could buy this. It's not too much money. If I say, yo, give me $1,000 for this, to a nigga that got a bankroll, he's gonna use this to create a lifelong bond of friendship with somebody. It's come on, you can make somebody happy with little stuff like this, man. Niggas don't think they wanna laugh at my comic book. Well, fuck you, nigga. No, excuse me. I said I was gonna stop cursing. Chill, my brother. And here goes. This is, if you didn't know, this is the big homie of the First Blood, who is Rambo. Okay, so this is the weapons kit. Yeah, from, you remember them, Coleco. You heard? Remember Coleco Vision? You're gonna laugh at me, huh? What you was doing in 1985? Shout out to all my homies from PS307. What you was doing at 85, 86? For real. Look at this. For real. I never forget. My I just need profanity, brother, Lorenzo Stewart. Because I do a lot of profanity, and then oftentimes, you know what? I don't like the fact that people take my Instagrams and put my Instagram lives on YouTube. Because I might have been talking in a way to enamor somebody with a sense of understanding me in the space that I'm in. But if I'm on YouTube, I'm not just going up there just to be talking crazy on YouTube. I ain't with that. Yeah. Just be sitting up running my, you know what I mean? For real. So I just meant to, I don't like to, I want to refrain from so much, the profanity. For real. One of my big homies, his father, he's somebody that we could say that he taught us how to curse like this. He taught us how to really use it. You know what I mean? Like that. But he had an experience where he said, yo, he stopped cursing. You heard? And I was like, you serious? He said, yeah, my dad stopped cursing. And I was like, that is something honorable after you done did all the cursing. You know what I'm saying? You did. I have a lot of words that I could use to communicate. Yeah. I don't use my words as much as I should. You understand? You feel me? Let me close my shit for these hoes think I'm all in their business. For real. It's getting late. For real. Shit. Shipping out mad books tomorrow. Fuck you talking about. Yeah. I write the books. I write the books that make the whole world sing. I write the books that earth and heaven ring. I write the books that made legend. So you know a lot, but this is the type of things you're supposed to be reading today, or while you in the crib, you on your quarantine, self quarantine status, whatever you want to call it. Read this. Read this, so you can understand and really appreciate what you have in this world. Yeah, I should be real grateful. But watch, I'm finna be teaching on the thing. We gonna get a platform, and I'm teaching right out the crib. I promise you. I'm talking about for real betters. You heard? True access. I promise you, for real. Yes, I can ship to Trinidad. Shout out to Trinidad. Shout out to what you call it, Rima. You know what I mean? Firehouse. For real. Oh yeah, this book is amazing, brother. Anthony. Um, Anthony B. Anthony B. Ethers. Anthony P.G. Ethers. Yeah, this book is amazing, King. Promise you. For real. George, I love this book. You can open it on any page, and George is going in, bro. This is a cold demonstration right here. Watch. Watch. They're afraid, confused, and confounded by a world they know that they did not make, that they feel they cannot change. So they made these loud noises so they won't hear what their mind is trying to tell them. They laugh to assure themselves and those around them that they are not afraid. Sort of like the superstitious individual who will whistle or sing a happy number as he passes the graveyard. Confinement in this small area all day causes a buildup of tension. The unavoidable consequences, stupidity, a return to childish behavior, overreaction. I refuse to let myself be punished with stuff like this. Locked in jail within a jail, my mind is still free. I refuse ever to allow myself to be forced by living conditions into a response that is not commensurate with intelligence and my final objective. This will apply even more on the other side of the wall, out there where you are. What if there was nothing on earth that could be taken from me which would result in my discomfort? What if a person was so oriented that the loss of no material thing could cause him mental disorganization? This is the free agent. He is nameless, faceless, emotionless, loveless. He is without habit, without the weakness of the flesh. He travels light and only in the company of those who, like himself, prize self-determination above baseball and beer. Only the free agent can win for us the necessary control over the direction of our unrewarding lives. You should know that I only do what I think is best and most appropriate. I'm a man with few alternatives. George. Come on. 1968. That sound like something you say day one. January 1st, 1968. So this is one of the things. This is one of my first initial introductions to what I do. That's it. That's it.